Hi, my name is Amy and I'm on a weight loss journey to lose 180 pounds. And this video is going to be one of my weigh-in check-ins. So usually I do these within my live stream on Thursdays at 6 p.m. Eastern time. But this week I was really rushed and went through it so fast I figured I'd make an extra video. So that way, in case you don't want to watch the live stream or you're new to the channel, you'll be able to see how my weight loss is going. I started this journey back in January 1st of 2025 at 304 pounds, which was way too much for my 5-foot frame. I have just turned 52 years old and I am divorced with a bunch of cats. So I guess maybe the classic cat lady, but you know, I love to travel the world and I'm really hoping to lose weight so that way I can do things in my life just so much easier and just be healthy to do those things. I do have another channel on YouTube. It's called If You Seek Amy K. And it is about my cruise travels and gambling in the casinos to earn free or deeply discounted cruises. So make sure you check out that channel. I'll leave a link in the description below, as well as I'll put a QR code up here so you can just scan with your phone and go to that channel after this video. So like I said, I've been on this journey since January 1st of 2025 at 305 pounds. My ultimate goal is to lose around 180 pounds with an estimated goal weight of 120 pounds. So this weigh-in is for shot 58 in week 65. So I didn't quite start my Zepbound medication at the same time I started my weight loss. I started the weight loss journey January 1st, and then February 15th, I took my first shot of name brand Zepbound medication. Now, currently, as of last week, up through this weigh-in, I was taking 10 milligrams of Zepbound, and I'm about to take my first shot of 12.5 milligrams, and I have some Kwik pens on order, so those should be coming soon, or actually a pen. So the Kwik pen is basically 4 doses of the medication in one pen that has a needle on the tip of it that you take off and replace each time you use it. So it allows 4 dosages or 4 uses of the pen before you discard it. So it has a whole 28 days of medication in it. So I am eagerly awaiting that, and I'll do a video about it and how to use it. Since it is a brand new product, I know a lot of people are eager to see that. So for this weigh-in, I weighed in last Saturday, March 21st, 2026 at 247 pounds. And then this weigh-in day, which would have been Saturday, March 28th, I weighed in at 245 pounds. And yes, that was a 2-pound loss, which is fabulous. So that is also I've lost a total of 59 pounds, 26.8 kilograms, and 4 stone 3 pounds. But I have been struggling, honestly, for the last 50 days. So I weighed in the week before I went on a cruise, which the cruise was February 21st of 2026. And I weighed in the week prior to that at 245 pounds. Since then, like I gained 4 pounds right the week before the cruise. I gained 4 pounds on the cruise. And I've just kind of steadily been taking off this weight and putting it back on and taking off this weight and putting it back on. So I'm kind of calling myself in a little bit of a stall, and I'm really struggling with that. I was also really struggling with work and just being so busy, and trying to track food was driving me crazy because I felt like I was kind of in this prison of this diet game, because I was having to track, you know, every single thing I put in my mouth, every grape, every tablespoon of ketchup, every sauce, condiment, side dish, and it can just be overwhelming. But now I'm kind of overwhelmed with the fact that, oh, well, I'm not tracking and I'm not losing. And it's such a double-edged sword because there's so many people that don't track and still lose weight. So it's not the lack of tracking. It's just, I don't really know what's wrong, and I'm really hoping that going up to 12.5 is going to help the situation. Now, last week, I didn't get all the steps in that I wanted. My ultimate goal for the month of March was to try and do 5,000 steps per day for at least 5 days per week, because there are some days where I just have too much to do and I cannot get up and get the exercise in. So it takes me about 10 minutes to get 1,000 steps. So that's roughly 50 minutes of moving to get my 5,000 steps. So I'm going to put up a chart here so you can see the steps that I got throughout the week. And this does go from Sunday to Saturday. So this goes through my weigh-in day on March 28th. So I got an average of 4,550 steps. I got 4 days over 5,000, which was great considering how busy I was at work. And then the other days, at least I got over 2,000, which used to not be normal for me. I was lucky if I got 500 or 1,000 steps a day. When you work from home, it's so easy to just work all day and then get up, go fix yourself some food, sit down in your recliner, and then just not move again, especially when you're used to being sedentary for 8 to 10 hours a day. So I kind of fell into that trap. My ultimate goal with April was to get 7,500 steps a day, and it's April 3rd, and that's that is not happening. And mainly it's because I have a cruise coming up in May of 2026, and I had really set a goal to lose 80 pounds by then, which I've installed for 50 days, so that's not happening. And I was really trying to get my fitness level up. But I'm doing what I can when I can, so it is not for lack of wanting to do it. It's just lack of time in the day. So I just need to figure myself out and really start getting my steps in. So for my calorie intake, I was not tracking this past week. Actually, I stopped tracking the day I got on the cruise on February 21st. And then when I came back, I attempted to track again and I just got overwhelmed. So I haven't been tracking for a little over a month. And you're going to say, well, Amy, that's why you're stalled, because you're not tracking. Well, no, because I put on 8 pounds before I stopped tracking. So that's really not indicative. And honestly, 4 of those pounds that I put on was just water weight from the cruise, because when I got back, I immediately lost that 4 pounds. But when you look at my calorie intake and I do my BMR based on my exercise, I should be taking in about 1,500 to 1,796 calories per day. And honestly, I really feel that I'm eating within those calories because I'm very mindful of what I'm eating. So just because I'm not tracking doesn't mean I am veering off of my nutrition plan. So I do eat a lot of the same things all of the time. And actually, I just got meal service delivery for the first time because I was just trying to change it up and save myself some time. And when I ended up purchasing from Hungry Root, and once I do a couple of weeks of it, I'll do a review video. So far, I'm really, really pleased with it. And this video is not sponsored by them in any way, shape, or form. They don't know I exist. I bought it out of my own money with no influence from anybody. I just happened to look into their service and really like the way I could customize the food that I got instead of having a very preset meal where I couldn't swap out side dishes in case I had allergies or different food preferences. So I'll make sure I update everybody on that once I get a couple weeks of it under my belt. So as far as calorie burning, let me show you what I did with the extra movement that I put in. So based on the movement that I added during the week, I burned 391 calories average per day, which is great. So that equaled out after 7 days to about a total of 2,737 more calories that I burned by getting up and moving. And that ends up working out to almost 0.8 of a pound. So at 0.78. So I burned almost a pound by getting in movement. And that's one of the reasons why I really want to try and do 7,500 steps a day. Not only because they recommend that step amount, but because I can burn probably close to a pound a week in calories by doing that. But that really remains to be seen with my body because it just doesn't cooperate. I want to thank you so much for joining me today for my extra little weigh-in video. I'm just going to keep on keeping on. I know that I did put out a video recently how frustrated I am with the process, because what it boils down to for me is that I need this to work so bad. And so many times I try to do things and I fail. And I admit that a lot of my failure is because I don't put in enough effort. I deem things too difficult and I give up. But I am doing this. I am doing it wholeheartedly. I'm watching everything I eat. I'm trying to get in the movement. I'm watching my water intake. Sure, could I use more sleep? Absolutely. But I'm not staying up all night and not having insomnia. So I am a bit frustrated in the fact that I'm doing all the things. I'm going to the right doctors, getting the right medical care, the right medical guidance, and I kind of am stuck. And and it does happen. This medication that I'm taking, Zepbound, is a tool, while it does allow my body to lose weight, it isn't 100% guarantee that I'm gonna lose weight, even when I'm eating in the calorie deficit that I should. So fingers crossed that the 12.5 is going to work for me, and I'll keep everybody updated. And if you are interested in watching one of my live streams, I usually put them out every Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I usually try to, at least a couple of hours in advance, put out a notification that it will be coming on, so you can click the notify me button on the screen and it will send a notification to your phone. Otherwise, you can just hit the bell button under this video and turn all your notifications on. Also, if you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up and let YouTube know that you liked it, and it will let the algorithm know that other people should watch it. And don't forget to subscribe. It's free to you, and it just makes sure that my videos show up in your recommended feed if you want to keep seeing more videos like this. So I want to thank you so much. Oh, before I forget, one of my next videos that I'm going to have coming up is going to be about the new Orforglipron medication. Now, look, if you watch a lot of GLP-1 content on YouTube, you've probably heard all about it. But what I wanted to do was compare it to the Rybelsus pill, the Wegovy pill, the Wegovy injectable, which is also Ozempic, as well as the Zepbound and Mounjaro medication. I just wanted to see what the differences are, what the pricing structure is like. Is it going to help with food noise or not? And what are the weight loss expectations on the medication, as well as like the dosage instructions. Like, is it going to be as difficult as the Wegovy pill, which has a lot of very specific instructions for taking the medication? So I'm going to put all the information together, and hopefully by next week, I'll get that out to everybody. So thanks again for stopping by. This has been Amy from Amy Loses It, and I'm not losing weight, only sort of losing my mind. So make sure you come along with my journey, see how I'm doing, and I really want to hear from you. Make sure you leave a comment. Let me know how you are doing on your weight loss journey. So have a fabulous day, and I'll see you again soon.
1 scale and a suitcase to pack. Zepbound in hand, there's no looking back. Cruising through this journey, non-scale victories divine. But can Amy lose the weight without losing her mind?